YouTube, what's good? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about a build that you're never going to want to take off because it is so fun. So the idea is that I'm going to show you some builds that are pretty much off meta, not the most popular picks, but they are really effective and strong to use in endgame content. It will help you conquer the GM Nightfall, all without getting to waste, being effective, and you don't waste any fun. So let's go ahead and take care of some of these bots. As we play the GM, I'm going to break down everything for you. So as you can tell, I'm using the Strand auto rifle Quicksilver. I absolutely love this thing. There used to be a bug with it where it wasn't doing like the max damage that it was supposed to be doing, but since then it's been fixed, and this thing actually melts. As you can see, the grenade launcher actually hits pretty hard. We're going to take care of some of these ads. That wasn't the greatest showcase to it, don't worry. Usually when enemies are grouped up together, you'll have an easier time taking care of them. So with the grenade launcher, we can make tangles, and that is going to be one of the big parts about this build. You see, I'm also using the exotic helmet whenever I have woven mail, which is an overshield. Any kills that I get will also create strand kills, tangles. With that overshield combined with tier 10 resilience, I am extremely tanky. Very tanky. It's very hard for me to die. I have to be purposely falling off the map or something like that, So here we have a champion on the right side. Let's try to do a little bit of damage. Watch the tangle as I shoot him. Thanks to the mods, all these ads are now suspended, making it really easy to take care of them. And that's because I have some artifact mods where when I shoot a tangle, enemies are suspended and they take a bunch of damage as well. And that piece alone is going to help you take care of all these chunky ads at ease. And my favorite part about it is that you're going to just completely embarrass the champions in this mode. And we have a dodge as well, which is going to suspend them. Do a little bit of damage. I have the cataclysmic with bait and switch, so I can hit it pretty hard. He doesn't regen health, so we're going to back up a little bit. Try to get our HP back. Find ways to deal with this champion once again. As you can see, the auto rifle is just melting. Little quick finisher, and you take care of that. Now with these tangles, like I was saying, the suspend effect is just going to take care of all these ads. It's going to feel like you're bullying them. It's very fun. Don't sleep on the auto rifle. I know they're not the most popular for doing damage in high-end content, but ever since exotics are doing more damage, and there's an upcoming auto rifle buff, these things are going to be an absolute beast to use. Let's go ahead and suspend. And probably a little finisher. I like to pop my super in this situation just to get through some of the HP numbers here. I'm pretty weak. Let's just back off a little bit. Now, as you can see, I do use my melee a lot. I will try to catch it whenever I can. Oh, perfect tangle. Really good timing. Don't be afraid of using the grapple melee, especially because you're going to activate the severing rounds on the targets. Let's have some fun with this. Try to get his attention. We're going to stun him again. I get to grapple to reload my gun, so that's one of the fragments I have. Anytime I grapple, it reloads my weapons. Now, I was mentioning my melee, the little dart. I'm going to be spamming that a lot. Don't sleep on it. It actually does really good damage, and you get to have it like constantly to do damage on multiple ads. So I like to use a fragment where if I do tangle damage, it's going to help me get my melee back much sooner. On top of that, I have mods where if I do melee damage, things like my grapple, class ability, whatever, they'll come back faster. And the class ability, honestly, is really clutch. Not just for reloading, but also to proc the Reaper mod, that whenever I defeat a target, I'll be able to make an Orb of Light or Orb of Power, and that is going to, of course, synergize with the other mods that you have. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of damage here, proc the bait and switch. Don't want to waste too much ammo. He's not that much of a threat. Please don't make me eat those words. And just like that, he goes down. Perfect. First section gone. Like I said, don't worry. I'm going to keep talking about the build as we go. So obviously we can use the grapple for movement. We're going to have a bunch of them. It's going to help me reload my weapons. I have the overshield. I'm tanky. I like shooting those tangles. When I do damage, I get my melee back. And then whenever I do suspend targets with the tangles, defeating those targets is going to help me get my class ability back faster. That's one of the fragments, and it's really clutch, so I can keep doing the infinite suspend abilities. And really, the class ability is so clutch to have the, the suspend on demand, so you can take care of any group of enemies that are trying to rush you. Maybe you need to buy yourself some more time, because obviously when you do suspend those targets, they won't shoot back to you. We got some champions on the left side. I'm going to actually pop my super here. And the nice thing about suspend is that if you get inside the bubble for the barriers, the suspend still works. So much fun. I'm having a blast. While I'm still in the focus mode, trust me, I'm enjoying myself greatly. Just take care of some of these ads. Keep suspending more targets. Every target that I suspend, it's going to help my team as well, because these bots are not going to be shooting back. I can make a tangle on the demand. And now we're going to shoot this. Watch. Let's take care of all these ads while we can. Beautiful. Now I have done this GM already without a single Will of Radiance, so don't worry. Don't feel discouraged if you think you need a Will of Radiance to pull off some of this stuff. It's not that bad. I'm going to prioritize killing one of these ads so I can make a tangle. As you can tell, we need all the support we can get right now. Oh, lost a couple players. No problem, no problem. I'm going to try to take care of some of these bots here. As you can imagine, the overshields make it quite complicated for us to stay alive. Beautiful, slaying super, that's what we like to see. And while I'm here, I'm going to take care of some of the champions on the far right side as well. Well, just regular cabals, you know what I mean. Tank is almost gone. Just a couple more snipes. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, you can make the grapple points as a hunter, so you can constantly keep having that overshield on top, allowing yourself to be tanky. Here in a second, we're about to make a tangle. We shoot that, and just like that, we have a bunch of damage. I shot the tangle, did damage to the enemies, and guess what? I had another melee back. Beautiful, isn't it? Let's go ahead and focus on the champion we're defeating right there. Beautiful. But luckily for us, we have anti-barrier. And just like that, we take care of the enemies. This room is clear. This build is so fun. So fun. You're not going to want to take it off. You're not going to want to use any other builds. And that's kind of like the whole idea here. Just really effective. It works, efficient, and it's so fun. So beyond this point, things get a little bit more simple. Everything here, we just take our time, and then we have the final boss room, which gets quite complicated. So we're going to just rush this. Remember, we do have overshield. No point being scared. I think there's like one more enemy on top. Hey, don't hide, man. Don't... Whoa. Don't hide on us. Let's use a dart here to get a little bit of chit damage. Throw another dart. Try to catch that back. There's a sound cue. And once you hear it, you can definitely press the melee button and you'll have it back. And it has an additional effect instead of just doing damage to targets. And that's the whole severing. So what does that mean? Does it even work? I mean, the benefit is there, so might as well take advantage of it, right? Some more information on the sniper rifle, by the way. I got Bottomless Grief, and it helps me get a couple extra shots in a magazine. You don't need to run this one, but it's the one that I had in my vault and, puts in some work. Really, the goal here is to have long-range weapons, so you don't have to get too close and just completely, you know, destroyed. Now, the great thing about the helmet is that we can defeat targets with whatever weapon, and we can make a tangle. So slept on. Let's go ahead and make our way across. And get ready to make more tangles here. We do have a bunch of enemies that are about to rush us. Here we go. Beautiful team shots on these ads. And now we do have a champion on the left side. Nothing to worry about though. We're about to do the finisher attack. Perfect. Now the grapple melee is so effective at doing some high damage. Alright, so here goes the next phase. Typically I like to pop my super here just to speed things up a little bit for the squad. We'll do a bunch of damage to the barrier and then take care of them afterwards. The suspend just in case. And we'll go back to my teammates so we don't get greedy here. Now, one of the mods I do have is recuperation. Right now, as we're playing Destiny, it's not that difficult to constantly find orbs lying around. So, with recuperation, we actually pick up an orb and we can get our health back. Those guys with the freaking tanks in the back. Now, on my boots, I have two types of surges. I like to use one solar and one strand. I think ideally 2 solars would be nice, you know, because I'm using cataclysmic and the sniper rifle for more damage on these. But I love using the quicksilver so much that that little bit of extra damage on the auto rifle really does make it more enjoyable, you know, for me to continue playing the way that I want. I do have time dilation on my cloak as well, so that extra damage that I do get is extended. Now, on my helmet, you just have basic things like heavy ammo, special ammo finder. On my gauntlets, if you didn't notice already, every time I get a melee kill, I am making orbs of light thanks to that. So just one of the other ways that I plan on getting my health back and my abilities going. So right now I have communicated with my teammates because at this part you do need some comms to deal with the fireballs that this boss spits out. Thankfully for us, though, we do have a Will of Radiance, so it shouldn't be as difficult as I remember doing it without one. Go on the side, take care of some of these ads as much as I can. We do have a tangle. We're trying to help our teammates as much as we can. Always be aware of the possible ad spawning. Here we have a couple fireballs I'm going to take care of. So I do have an auto rifle, which makes it really easy for me to deal with multiple targets. Get ready for that finisher. And I have another suspend here to take care of the champion. Do a little bit of damage. Priority is the fireballs here. Oh, I burnt out, sadly. The tank, the exploded tanks always get you. And now we can confidently make our way to try to damage, you know, the thing that is blocking us from doing damage. Here we go, shoot it a little bit. Oh wow, he stomped me from there? He seems kind of upset. Now at this point I do want to pop super, just to take care of some of these ads as much as possible. Make some more for the Will of Radiance. Remember, roaming supers did get buffed, so they actually do a lot more damage now. Or I mean more orbs. Let's not get too greedy. We'll use more sniper rifle ammo. The goal is to have a little bit just to take care of potential ads and champions, okay? And just like that, he has been pushed away to the back. Now we have 2 champions we have to worry about. Make sure we're taking care of those fireballs as much as we can for the squad. Let's go ahead and shoot those balls. The champion is almost down. Couple more. And just like that, we are ready to take down the boss and claim our loot. I'm going to make my way to the boss. Let's rotate a bit. Make sure we don't get too greedy here. It's not over yet. These things can definitely take you out. My advice is to stay away from the boss as much as you can when you're trying to jump up. Keep a general idea of where he's located. Beautiful. Now we're going to rotate back to the end of the room. We have a boss and a couple of ads to take care of. Some good chunky damage. And here's the boss. It's time for max damage. Oh, making me flick like that, bro. I could have used my dodge to reload more. Now the reason I'm not using the wall is because I don't want all of us to get the aggro there. You never know what kind of crazy stuff he can pull off, right? And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, GM completed. That is a Strand subclass in endgame Grandmaster content, utilizing the Quicksilver Storm. If you use this build, you too can also conquer this GM. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.